Welcome to Quick Speak, the English podcast.
Hello, everyone.
Today we are talking about social media algorithms, specifically in the year 2025.
Yes, these are the computer systems deciding what you see on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
That's right. And our goal in this podcast is really to understand how these algorithms have changed.
And importantly, what those changes mean for you when you're using these apps every day.
It seems like the way these platforms show us things has really evolved.
Oh, absolutely. It's transformed quite a bit over the years. It started out, much simpler.
Simpler how? Can you take us back to the beginning?
Sure. If we look back, say, around 2005, maybe early YouTube, the main thing they cared about was pretty basic.
Yeah, okay.
It was mostly about how many people clicked on a video.
Right.
Views and clicks. That was it.
Just clicks and views. That sounds easily manipulated.
Exactly. And that's what happened. It led to this problem we call clickbait.
Ah, yeah, those titles or pictures that promise something amazing.
Right. Catchy, but maybe a bit misleading, just to get you to click. But then the video itself might be, well, disappointing.
So people clicked, but maybe didn't stick around or like what they saw.
Precisely. Getting the click was easy to count, but it didn't really mean the content was good or that users were actually, satisfied.
I see. So getting the click wasn't the whole story. Was there a point when things started to shift?
Yes, there was a really big change, especially for YouTube, around 2012.
Okay, what happened then?
They moved away from just clicks. They shifted their focus to something called watch time.
Watch time. How long people actually watch the video?
Exactly. The algorithm started to prioritize videos that kept people watching for longer periods.
That sounds like a much better way to figure out if content is genuinely engaging, right?
It was a major step, yes. And it had a huge impact on the kind of content that became popular.
How so? What changed?
Well, this focus on watch time really helped new formats take off. Things like long gaming videos, detailed beauty tutorials, even podcasts like this one.
Content that holds your attention for a while.
Right. And some of the older styles, maybe those very short how-to clips or creators who relied purely on clickbait.
They became less important.
They became less prominent, yes. The algorithm wasn't rewarding them in the same way. Accounts like Ehow or Mystery Guitar Man, they sort of faded a bit in importance compared to the new long-form creators.
So watch time rewarded deeper engagement. Did the evolution stop there, or did algorithms keep getting smarter?
Oh, they kept developing. The next big step, maybe around 2015, 2016, was trying to measure something even trickier.
What was that?
User satisfaction. Basically, were people actually happy with the content, not just watching it, but enjoying it?
How on earth could a computer system measure happiness? That sounds difficult.
It is. They use different signals, indirect clues. For YouTube, it wasn't just watch time anymore.
Okay, like what else?
They looked at actions like, did you hit the not interested button on a video? Did you like it? Did you leave a comment?
Ah, actions that show a stronger opinion.
Exactly. And they even used feedback from surveys they sent out to users asking directly about their experience, trying to piece together how you felt.
That makes sense. Moving beyond just counting minutes to trying to understand, well, the user's feeling. So let's jump ahead to now 2025. How advanced is this personalization today?
It's incredibly advanced now. The main goal is personalization, showing you content that feels like it was picked just for you.
And it goes way beyond just looking at videos I've watched before.
Oh, much more. Algorithms now factor in a whole range of things.
Such as?
Things like the time of day you're watching, the device you're using. Are you on your phone or your TV?
Yeah, location too.
Your physical location, yes.
Yeah.
And perhaps even trying to infer things about your context or maybe even your mood.
Wow. Can you give an example of how that works in practice?
Sure. Think about YouTube again. Your recommendations can change a lot depending on the situation. If you're catching up on short news clips on your phone during your morning commute, you'll probably get different suggestions than if you're settling in to watch a long documentary on your smart TV late at night.
The algorithm understands the context. That's pretty smart. What about TikTok? They're known for knowing what people like.
TikTok's personalization is famously deep. Its algorithm pays incredibly close attention to how you watch videos. Very subtle interactions.
Subtle interactions? What do you mean, like micro interactions?
Yeah, exactly. It tracks things like, do you pause a video at a certain point? Do you rewind to watch a specific part again?
Or maybe where you swipe away.
Yes, or if you stop watching altogether at a particular moment. These tiny actions give it clues about exactly what captures your interest or what makes you lose interest.
That's incredibly granular. It feels like it's really analyzing behavior. What's Instagram doing in 2025?
Instagram is using some really advanced methods to understand the content itself, almost like a search engine, but within Instagram.
Yeah.
It's looking way beyond just hashtags now.
So it's not just the words people type. What else does it analyze?
It looks at the text and captions, definitely, but also the words actually spoken in Reels videos. And, importantly, it tries to understand the visual elements, the pictures, the video scenes.
It reads the image?
It tries to, using AI. It attempts to identify objects, places, the style, the mood, to match it better to what it thinks you're interested in.
So if I like pictures of mountains, it might show me more mountainy photos, even if they aren't tagged #mountain?
Precisely. It's understanding the content, not just the labels people put on it.
Which seems to lead naturally to another big theme for 2025 algorithms.
Yes, a much stronger focus on the actual quality and value of the content being shown.
Moving beyond just getting attention.
Exactly. It's not just about clicks or even watch time anymore. Platforms are trying to surface genuinely good stuff.
How do we see this focus on quality playing out?
Well, take LinkedIn, for example. It's a professional network, right?
Right.
Its algorithm now gives more weight, more priority, to content shared by recognized experts in their fields, people sharing real insights.
And what gets less priority?
Posts that seem designed just to get comments or reactions without offering much substance, sometimes called engagement bait, type yes if you agree kind of posts. They tend to get shown less.
So LinkedIn wants real professional value. What about YouTube's approach to quality, especially for important topics?
For YouTube, particularly for subjects like health, finance, news, things where accuracy really matters, they use a system they call EEAT.
EEAT, what does that stand for?
It stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness.
Okay, that sounds like a checklist for reliability. How does the algorithm use it?
It looks for signals indicating the creator really knows their stuff. Are they credible? Do they have real experience or qualifications in this area? It's not just about popularity.
So a doctor explaining a medical condition
Is likely to be prioritized by the algorithm over someone without that background sharing advice on the same topic, assuming the doctor's content is also well-made and clear. It helps promote reliable sources.
That seems crucial for those kinds of topics. How does TikTok think about quality or value? Is it just about going viral?
Not anymore. Not entirely. TikTok talks about deep engagement. A simple like isn't as important as it used to be.
So what signals deeper interest on TikTok now?
Things like watching a video all the way to the end. That's a big one.
Makes sense.
Also, sharing the video with someone else or saving it, or maybe even clicking through to visit the creator's profile page.
Actions that show you really connected with it.
Exactly. They indicate a much higher level of interest and perceived value than just a quick tap of the like button.
So it's about genuine engagement, not just surface-level reactions. This sounds like technology like artificial intelligence, AI, must be playing a huge role.
AI is absolutely central to all of this. It's what enables algorithms to understand content and user behavior in these much more sophisticated ways.
How does AI help them understand the content itself more deeply?
Well, AI can go beyond just identifying keywords and can analyze the sentiment or the tone of the content.
Like if it's happy or sad or serious.
Yes, or funny or educational or maybe controversial. On YouTube, for instance, AI can analyze the video itself, the speech patterns, the visuals, to get a sense of its nature, not just relying on the tags the creator added.
And you mentioned AI understanding images on Instagram.
Right, that's computer vision, a type of AI. It can recognize objects, scenes, people, places, even try to interpret the aesthetic style or mood of a photo.
So it knows a sunset photo is a sunset photo.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it can show that photo to someone interested in nature photography, even without specific tags, because the AI understands the image content.
That's really advanced. What about understanding text, like on LinkedIn?
LinkedIn uses a type of AI called NLP, natural language processing. This is specifically designed to understand human language.
And how does NLP help LinkedIn's algorithm sort through posts?
It helps it distinguish between different kinds of professional content. It can tell the difference between, say, a simple motivational quote and a really detailed analysis of market trends or a complex project update.
So it helps identify the truly insightful expert content.
Exactly. It helps the algorithm find and promote posts that offer genuine professional value.
It really sounds like AI is giving these platforms a much deeper understanding. Now, something else platforms have to deal with is misinformation, a huge challenge.
A massive challenge, yes. And fighting false or harmful information is a major focus for platforms in 2025.
How are algorithms helping with this fight?
They now incorporate much more advanced fact-checking systems and signals, especially for sensitive topics: health, politics, science.
So if I search for information on, say, a vaccine,
On a platform like YouTube, for those kinds of critical topics, the algorithm is designed to prioritize what they call authoritative sources.
Yeah.
Content from established experts, reputable institutions, official health organizations, government bodies, they get pushed to the top. The algorithm tries to surface reliable information first when the stakes are high.
that seems incredibly important for public health and safety. Does TikTok have similar measures?
Yes, TikTok uses systems to identify potentially problematic content. This could be dangerous challenges or incorrect medical advice, for example.
And what does it do?
It might issue warnings to users viewing that content or limit its spread. They also work with external fact-checking organizations to help identify and review potentially harmful misinformation.
So the algorithms aren't just recommending things anymore, they're actively involved in trying to curate a safer information environment.
That's definitely part of the goal now, yes.
We're also seeing so many different types of content now, short videos, long videos, stories. How do algorithms juggle all these formats?
That's another complexity they have to handle, recommending the right format to the right person at the right time.
Like YouTube Shorts, those vertical videos.
Yes, and shorts have evolved. They can be longer now, up to 3 minutes in some cases, blurring the lines a bit. The algorithm for shorts often looks for high rewatchability, videos people watch over and over again.
And Instagram has photos, stories, reels, longer videos. How does it manage?
Instagram basically integrates recommendations for all these formats into your main feed. It's one unified algorithm trying to figure out what you prefer.
So my feed might have more reels if I watch a lot of reels.
Exactly. Or more static photo posts if you tend to engage more with those. It adapts based on your interactions with each format.
What about LinkedIn? Does it prefer certain formats?
LinkedIn tends to favor native content now. That means posts written directly on LinkedIn or videos uploaded directly there.
Rather than just sharing a link to an article somewhere else.
Yes. Sharing links is still fine, of course, but content created within LinkedIn often gets a bit more algorithmic visibility. It encourages users to share their thoughts and expertise directly on the platform.
Interesting. So platforms are subtly guiding creators. How else are algorithms trying to support the people making the content?
Supporting creators is definitely a focus in 2025. The platforms need good content, after all. Algorithms are increasingly designed to help creators, especially smaller ones, find their audience.
How does that work for, say, a small YouTube channel?
The algorithm tries to identify niche audiences. It looks for viewers interested in a very specific topic and connects them with smaller channels serving that topic, even if the channel isn't huge yet. It helps new creators get discovered in underserved areas.
That's great for diversity of content. What about on TikTok?
TikTok often gives a boost to creators who use the platform's built-in features, especially things related to monetization or community interaction tools. Using the platform's own tools is encouraged.
And for experts on LinkedIn, how are they supported?
LinkedIn's algorithm tries to track the impact of an expert's posts. Does their content genuinely help other professionals? Does it spark valuable discussions? If so, the algorithm helps that content reach more people who could benefit from it.
So it comes back to providing real value. This seems connected to another shift, moving from just passive watching to active participation.
Absolutely. Platforms want to foster interaction and community, not just consumption. Algorithms are now designed to reward content that sparks conversation.
How do they measure the quality of that conversation?
Well, on YouTube, they look at community signals. It's not just about the number of comments, but the quality.
Meaningful discussions.
Yes. Videos that generate thoughtful, longer comments and real back-and-forth discussions tend to be favored over videos that just get lots of simple reactions or spam.
Quality over quantity in comments, too. What about Instagram?
Instagram has something similar, sometimes thought of as a conversation quality score. It tries to evaluate how meaningful the interactions are on a post.
So comments that lead to real connections or deep dives into a topic are valued more.
Exactly. More than just strings of emojis, for example. It encourages more substantial interaction.
And TikTok is all about interaction, isn't it?
Very much so. Features like duets or stitches, where users create video responses to each other, are actively encouraged by the algorithm. Content that becomes part of a larger trend or conversation gets promoted. It builds that interconnected feeling.
Fascinating how they engineer that. Okay, one last big area. Ethics and transparency. There's been a lot of talk about needing to know how these systems work.
A huge amount of pressure, yes.
Yeah.
Users, regulators, everyone wants more openness about these powerful algorithms.
So how are platforms responding in 2025? Are they becoming more transparent?
There's definitely a move in that direction. YouTube, for example, has started providing more explanations about why certain videos are recommended to you.
You can actually see the reasons?
Sometimes, yes. You
Yeah.
might see a note saying, recommended because you watched another video, or because people who watch this channel often watch this. Little insights.
That helps demystify it a bit. What
Yeah.
about Instagram?
Instagram has introduced tools like a transparency dashboard. It aims to show users which of their actions have the most impact on their feed and gives them more controls to adjust the types of content they see.
Giving users more agency. And TikTok.
TikTok is exploring, and in some cases implementing, features related to algorithmic choice.
Meaning I can choose how the algorithm works for me.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe choosing between seeing more diverse new content or seeing content very similar to what you already like, giving users some level of control over their discovery experience.
That feels like a significant shift towards empowering the user.
It really does signal a new phase for these algorithms. The era of easily gaming the system with simple tricks seems to be ending.
The focus really has shifted decisively towards, well, value and authenticity, hasn't it?
It really has. Algorithms are getting much better at recognizing genuine quality, understanding nuanced user satisfaction, and identifying authentic engagement. It's less about just raw numbers now.
And more about the quality of the content and the interaction around it.
Yeah.
So what's the bottom line for content creators in 2025?
Well, I think it means that creators who rely on shortcuts, clickbait, or trying to artificially inflate metrics will likely find it harder. Their content may get less visibility.
But for those making good stuff.
Creators who focus on producing genuinely valuable, engaging, authentic content for their specific audience should find the algorithms are actually working more for them, helping them connect with the right viewers.
So algorithms aren't just passive recommenders anymore.
No, they're taking on a more active role, almost like curators, trying to shape a healthier, more valuable online environment by rewarding quality and authenticity.
We've certainly covered a lot of ground there, looking at how much social media algorithms have changed by 2025. That focus on deeper understanding and quality is really clear.
It makes you think, doesn't it? How these complex systems are constantly shaping the information you encounter online every single day. What does that mean for how you learn, how you connect, how you see the world?
It's definitely food for thought. If you found this discussion interesting and you're looking to improve your English listening skills while learning about topics like this, please consider subscribing to Quick Speak, the English podcast.
And for more English learning support, including vocabulary lists from today's podcast and exercises to help you practice, do visit our website. You'll find the link right there in the description.
Thank you so much for listening today. We hope this conversation helps you understand a little bit more about the digital world that surrounds us.